Morning traders, this is Rich with breathingwiththemarkets.com. How you doing? It is Tuesday, October 8th, 2024. How you doing? Hopefully you made it out of the market okay. I had some different experiences today and pretty crazy. Trading two different props. Let's get into it. Today on Fast Track trading on the rallies, my profit was $1,209 up here on the left, and my trade count was 154 trades with a 76% hit rate. As you can see, I was trading minis. I went and switched. I said the other day I was going to try some minis and see if I can load up on some of these. But man, minis are, the money is just so slow to make any money on the, no, I'm sorry, not the minis, the micros. The micros. So I tried the micros out this morning, like I said I was going to do. And that was pretty interesting. It takes a while to get some profit in the micros, to get some meat on the bone. But down here at the bottom, where you see two of these accounts at 191.50 and 289, that was pretty interesting. That figure there was not made on the micros. I had to switch over to the minis, and I'll get into that. It was a shit show switching from account to account. And I thought I was on an espresso account, and I hit the button, and all of a sudden I have two rallies in the trade, and it was a mess, but I'll explain here in a minute. Certainly a shit show. Here's some more information on the totals today. The espresso accounts, one espresso account was 309. The other one was 328. And then you had 20 rally accounts all the way down that were in positive territory today. So overall, overall today I did pretty good. I'm satisfied with today, but man, I had to work back on two accounts, and I'll get into it. But here's the totals. So basically the total for rallies was 1209, and it was 637, the espresso accounts, with the total being 1,846 for the day on 22 different accounts. I traded each account individually. That's a key here. A skill will never leave your soul. Trade accounts individually, and you'll get better and better over time. Here is a Top Step Trader account, the espresso accounts. As you can see, my winning percentage here was 60%, or actually, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, it was 60%. So net P&L 308.96 on one and 328 on the other. As you can see down here at the bottom, it has the account balance 25.66 for 3 days, and the other account is 15.28 for just 2 days. So 3 days I have one account up to 2,566. And the other one at $1,528. These are new funded espresso accounts from Top Step Trader. Up here in the green where I have it blocked out, these are some combines. When I was hitting the button to trade for combines, it would immediately go into a negative and kick me out of the market. And every time I hit the button, it was negative 200, negative 300, negative 400, negative 200. So I don't know what was going on. I don't have stops and entries in there. So computer glitch, I don't know, but this shit happens over and over and over again. So yes, accidents happen. And for the guru out there that doesn't believe accidents happen, he just doesn't know how to fucking trade. So you know any gurus that make fun of people and say, hey, it was an accident, and they make fun of you, that he or she doesn't know how to fucking trade. They haven't traded. They may have traded once or twice in a month, 5 times in a month, but they're not pumping out hundreds and hundreds of trades a month or a day like I am. So anyways, on Top Step alone, I had 40 trades total. And on the rally accounts, fast track trading, I think I had about 150 trades. So 200 trades today. It's not bad for the day. Okay, this is where it really started to get interesting. So I was already done for the fast track rally accounts for the day. And then I switched over to the Top Step espresso accounts. And I wanted to hit the espresso accounts hard and quickly get in the market. I saw the market was continuing to push up. When I switched over from fast track to Top Step on Quantower, I have 2 split screens and everything else. I over there and did everything that I needed to do. All of a sudden, I hit 2 positions in the market, and I thought they were espresso accounts because that's what I just loaded up. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there and I see some drawdown. I'm like, I'm not worried because I have some room to play with Top Step. All of a sudden I look up and it's my two top rally accounts. They're negative like $300 and they don't have a whole lot of room to play. I'm like, fuck, what the hell's going on? So I had to flatten them all. And so this is where that line is. This is where it got in. It went long here, went all the way down, and where the red line is, by the time I noticed it, it was already down 300 and something dollars. And I mean, it really pissed me off. So then I switched, got out of those. I switched out of that, had the split screen correct again, and then I got back in on the rallies after I entered on the espresso accounts before this pump. So you can see I entered here accidentally. Okay, that's a fucking accident. I didn't mean to enter there on these accounts. And then it came down here and I got out because I needed to figure out what the hell was going on with the computer. And I did not want to trade these. I was already done trading these for the day. Then on this account, I eventually did get back in. You see a second white line and, second white line, which would be my second entry and then the third entry, and then the pump. Yeah. And it pumped up really fast. And you can see it got me out of the market. So I was down basically about $300 in each account, and I ended up 198 and 198 on one and 268 on the other. So this can happen. You have to be very careful. And I keep saying this. Since Apex is going through these issues, I am branching out to other prop firms and I'm having to learn their system. And I found out yesterday that Top Step doesn't allow, like if you use Quantower, you don't get to use up to 20 micros. Because it's 10 micros per one mini contract on the NQ. So if you use a third party platform, Top Step does not allow. I'm glad I asked. I couldn't find the information. It was very vague. And I almost lost my accounts because I was going to try to pump out some minis today and see how the platform works. Because you have to understand the platform also. Don't just go in there and start trading. You have to figure out what the platform is capable of doing. All these platforms are different. And I teach this to my mentees in detail. It's very, very important. So let's go on to the next slide. Okay, this is one of the espresso accounts that I was talking about. This is the trade I wanted for the espresso accounts. You can see down here, hopefully you can see it. It's a little white line down here. That's where I entered. And then I entered right before the pump. And that was about 64 ticks, that trade. 64 ticks and 309 profit for that on 64 ticks. So I got out with that. Wish I had more in it, but once again, I was messing with a bunch of stuff on Quantower and making sure the accounts were okay. So my psychology started to, come down a little bit in my thought process. And I don't want to get the screw this attitude because I can really do some damage if I get into that mindset. I can really do some damage. And at that point, I don't care. Because it's not about the money, but I want a system that works. I want a system that works. I want a system that's accurate, and I want to be able to trade fairly. Not too much to ask for. If I lose my ass because I don't have a skill, that's okay. But I hate when the system goes down. I hate if people don't allow you to use third-party platforms. All these other platforms, the in-house platforms, if you think about it, that are not regulated. If they're not regulated, who knows what they can do with these platforms? It's probably not in your best interest, right? I mean, they do have an edge still. And if you don't think that weird shit goes on, get out of trading, okay? That's why you need the skill. Skill must be number one. You must continue to work on your skill. Otherwise, you're going to get screwed over, man. You have to have a better skill than their edge. And the edge is a platform and a prop firm. You need a skill. Just above me by the green positions area, Quantower showing that there was 303 trades today. Take it with a grain of salt. Like I said, I just reported, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to report that crap. So you have an idea that I'm popping the trades out and skill is number one. I'm not doing a one trade Sally for the day on 20 accounts. That's just what I call it, one good trade for the day. And then if that trade doesn't work out, then I hit it again and try to get two more trades for the day on those entire accounts. If you have a high hit rate in general, such as I do, you can pretty much copy trade all the accounts. Unfortunately, I just don't have confidence in the copy trading. If a system goes bad, it can be really bad for the day, and nobody's going to compensate you for that at all. You can just consider it a loss. I've lost accounts like that where they've had a rhythmic issue and I've lost all my accounts. And then all of a sudden you get more accounts and they complain, why did you get more accounts? You just lost some accounts, and I'm like, your fucking system sucks. I mean, remember the time Apex was having a bunch of rhythmic issues? You know how much shit that we lost? Yeah, they gave credits to people on those days that are lost, but there were some days in there they didn't give credits to anyone because there wasn't enough people complaining. And all of a sudden, we're supposed to believe a rhythmic employee. How many times is a rhythmic employee going to raise their hand and go, yeah, it's our fault again. Yes, it's our fault again. Yes, it's our fault again. I mean, it's all bullshit. Think about it. News is bullshit. What people say is bullshit. If they can't show you and they can't fucking trade, it's bullshit. So if they don't have a skill, they don't know where they're at in the market. Think about it. You have got to understand and sift through. What would a reasonable person do? What would a reasonable person think? Okay. If you have a guru that's on TV and they used to use 5 and 6 lots and get these $6,000 trades and everything else, and they had this money coming in, and all of a sudden they're using, maybe one lot, a half a lot, or 1/10 of a lot on currencies. Think. All you have to do is think. And if you can't think and you follow these people, that's your problem. It is. That's your problem. You can't complain. You must do your homework, okay? Don't be misled by these false signals group or hangout groups. You want to pay to hang out in a group? What the hell is that going to do for you? You got that much money just to pay and hang out in a group? I could pay and hang out in a group. What the fuck would I do that for? Learn how to trade. Learn how to trade. A skill is number one. Okay? There's lots and lots of traders that want me to have a group or trade live. Even these gurus wanted me to trade live. Why would I want to trade live? They want to see my strategy? I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's a no shit, right? So you need to learn how to trade, okay? If I paid for an educational course, I'm not there to teach others. I paid for an educational course. I've had this so many times. I'm supposed to teach. Wait a minute. I signed up and paid for the educational course. I'm not teaching your students. Then they get pissed off. No, you need to ask the guru that charged you $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000 for the education. That's who you need to ask. That's who you need to target. You don't ask other traders to teach you. You didn't pay for them. I mean, the shit is backwards. Happens all the time. Okay, now here's the other one, the other rally account. I believe it's where it was $298 in profit. And the reason I know it's a different account is because I don't have those lines on here. I try to make it as transparent as possible. I'll take a picture of one and I'll color it a different color, or I'll make some markings on it so I don't accidentally give you the same thing. And some jackass go over there and say, oh, this is not right. It's crazy. You either have a fucking skill or you don't, okay? So go critique someone else, all right? And those that are sitting there critiquing others, they don't know how to fucking trade in the first place. Sorry for my cussing, but this shit is bullshit, man. You gotta understand that these people talk more crap and try to knock you down and everything. It's traders that have a skill, go out and mind their own business. They do their own shit. They practice and they try to get better and better each day. Those who say I'm number one trader, I have nothing else to learn. I'm a multi-million dollar trader and blah, blah, blah. I've been trading for 8 years or 9 years or 8.5 years and 2 months and a half and 36 days and 45 minutes. Don't listen to that shit. Doesn't matter how long you've been trading. Okay, my first trade was in 1999. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? And I said, I've been trading since 1999 and you either have a fucking skill or you don't. Look at this. All positive numbers. 22 accounts. All positive numbers. 22 accounts traded individually. What else does somebody have to say? Are you looking at somebody's account that has 8,000 in each row that traded one trade, bigger accounts? Are you impressed by that? I mean, that's good, right? But think about it. Think about what's most important in trading. Trading is a skill. It's an individual skill set you must learn on a daily basis or as often as you can. And just because you become profitable, near profitability, you must continue to work. The market's not forever changing. Don't listen to that bullshit. The market doesn't change. These candles don't change. They just look different. This shit's all manipulated. Learn how to trade in a methodical way with objective trading skills. Trade objectively. That's what you need to do. Okay? Over and over and over again and repeat it. So on this account here, I got in by accident. No shit. Because there was two accidents, remember? Both of the top rally accounts got in and then got out when it was down because I was already up on that account. Now I'm down, close to 300 something dollars. I got out. I went over to the Espresso account again and then came back and got back in because I wasn't worried about these accounts, man. I needed to get to the Espresso accounts. I wanted to get this pump. I understood that there was a pump coming up. And I got in after this mishap. Nothing else I can say. Again, for the day on the fast track trading rally accounts, I was up $1,846. On the top step accounts, I was up $637 with a 76% hit rate. On the rally accounts, and I forgot what the hit rate was, which to me, it's not important either, but you get the point, right? I mean, if you make 300 or 400, 500, 600, 700 trades in a day and you have a hit rate that's 76% or 80%, I would call that pretty fucking good. How good, I don't know, but think about it, okay? It's not this one trade Sally bullshit that's going on, all right? So the more you trade, the more time you spend in the market, the more experience you're going to have. There's no such thing as over trading. Over trading, think about it. People talk about they made tens of thousands of trades in their lifetime, tens and maybe 100,000, whatever it is. I made a shitload of trades in my lifetime. Is that over trading? No, it's not over trading. It's getting the skill set. How could you over trade if you understand the market? Think about it. How could you over trade if you understand the market? Don't listen to all the lingo. If you want to learn how I trade on a daily basis and how I navigate through the market objectively in a methodical way, go to breathingwiththemarkets.com. I wish everyone well. Continue to work on your skill. Keep your chin up. Peace, traders.